Welcome guys. Today we will discuss about writing a hello world driver. In my last presentation we discussed about what exactly the kernel module is, how we compile the module, and what was the need of Linux kernel module. So that was the theoretical part, but in this video we will write a simple hello world module. We will compile that module and we will hook this module into the Linux kernel, and we will see is there any kernel logs we can see in the dmessages. So as I discussed, today's agenda will be writing a simple hello world driver and hook this character driver in our running kernel of Linux machine. So one thing is, this is my hello module. So this you can see is this is my hello.c file. So as you are beginner and if you don't know about these things, so you might be worried about these things like what is this hello init, what is this hello exit function. So the thing is, in any of the module in the Linux kernel, two functions are most important. One function is init function and other function is the exit function. I mean, one function is the module init, other function is module exit function. So module init function will be called whenever your module will be loaded in the kernel. So if your module is already loaded, means prior to booting itself you have compiled your driver as a inbuilt driver for your kernel. So when the Linux kernel will boot up, you can see the logs directly. Or if you are loading your module dynamically at the runtime, so once you will insert the module in the Linux kernel, you can see whatever the logs you have printed in your init function. You can see that logs. You can take example of this driver. In this module init function I am specifying this is my hello init function, and in hello init function what I am doing is I am printing one message hello world. So as you can see, print k is a method of printing the logs in the Linux kernel. In the same way as we used in C program, we generally use printf statement. The same way in kernel we have print k statement. So in hello init function I am printing hello world. The same way I have module exit function. In module exit function I am specifying for my hello world driver I have exit function hello exit. So this is the hello exit function. So now question is, when this hello exit function will be called? This function will be called at the time of removal of module from the kernel, or if you don't remove the module, by default when you will shut down your system or when you will shut down your Linux machine, so it will be unloaded. So at that time you can see the logs of your exit function in the kernel logs. So side by side we will practice on Linux machine. So as you can see, like this is my code which we have shown you in the presentation. So this is my init function. So in this function I am printing the message and I am returning 0 because it's a init return function. And exit function, hello exit function, it's a void return function, so I am not returning anything, I am just printing goodbye in this. So after this, like once you have written your driver, the task remains is you have to build or compile your driver. Now the question is how you can compile your driver. One method of compiling your driver code is, as we discussed in the last Linux kernel module presentation, like we can put our code in any of the directory of Linux kernel, and once we will compile the whole Linux kernel, so our code will also compile with that. But that is not a good way of doing the things. That's why we introduced the concept of Linux kernel module. In Linux kernel module, we use make file to build our driver. So this is, you can see, this is my make file. So in this you can see like it's generally the same thing, oval and green. So if you can see, I am building an object test, or I can give here any name like whatever the output name I want to get for the object file. So here you can see so this is the path of my build script of the Linux kernel. Generally in your machine, if you will go to this folder lib modules, and in lib modules you will see your kernel version, or to give this version name I have given the command shell uname -r. Uname -r command is to get the Linux kernel version installed in your system. After that it will go into build folder. In that build folder it will find the script to build your driver, and pwd is the present working directory in which my module is placed. So it will build my module by using this command. Let's try it on Linux machine to understand it better. This is my make file. Here I am giving the name hello, and the other stuff which I have discussed, the same thing here. What you have to do is you have to place both of these files in the same folder, make file and your hello.c file in the same folder. Now what you have to do is you have to give just make command. Once you give make command, you will get .ko output as a result of building your driver. So in Linux kernel, once you build your driver, so output object file will be of .ko extension. .ko means it's a kernel object. Now you have ready with your driver object file. The task remains is now you have to insert your module into the kernel, or you have to hook your module into the kernel running into your machines. So there are a lot of commands available in the Linux. Generally two commands we use, insmod or mod pro. Here we will use insmod. Insmod is the command which is used to load the module into Linux kernel. So I will type insmod or hello.ko, the name of your object file. And before doing this, you have to make sure you are working as a root user of the machine. Otherwise you won't be allowed to inserting your module, because you need root permission for that. I am already the root permission. You can see like I am already the root user, so it will be successful for me. So it's done. So now I will see whether my logs get printed or not in the kernel logs. So how I can see the kernel logs is we have to use dmessage. Dmessage is the command which is used to get the kernel logs. Just type dmesg, dmessage. You can see hello world get printed. This is the message I got from my init command or my init function. Now other task is I need to remove this module. So to removing the module at runtime, the command is rmmod. Rm is remove module. So this command will remove your module. You have to give the name of your module. Please note, while removing the module you don't need to give the extension .ko, you just have to give the only the name. So here the name is hello, so I'm giving that. So module is removed. So you can see again in the kernel logs, you can see now I got goodbye also. It means my module is removed successfully. So these are the same thing which we have discussed, like this is the make building of our driver, and after that insmod, and then rmmod, and then the logs whatever we got. So this was from my side about Hello World driver module. If you have any query or question, you can post it on our Linux based developer forum on our website. Please like and subscribe our channel for more videos. You can connect with us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/tutorials or you can visit our website and subscribe there for more update. Our website is www.tutorialsready.com. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening.